Today we're taking a look at these NFL matches, which are happening on Friday, August 26, 2022, and giving you match breakdowns, betting tips and predictions in general on these games. Welcome back to High Stakes. Let's get straight into it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos. And if you would like more betting tips and predictions, then check out our Patreon in the link down below. Our new Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. Multiple plans are available for each and every one of you. You can get 30 extra betting picks all the way up to 360 extra betting picks per month. Stop wasting hours of your time searching for bad betting picks that ends up costing you a lot of money. Join the High Stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks. Going back to our video, we will give you at least 5 betting picks for each game, a team pick, a total pick, and multiple prop bets based on facts and detailed explanation. So make sure to watch our videos till the end so you don't miss any of our picks. Los Angeles Chargers versus New Orleans Saints. The Saints host the Chargers on Friday night in the last game in the preseason, where both teams are 0-2. The Chargers have high hopes this season, and while they have their franchise QB in Justin Herbert, they are in the killer AFC West and their defense has question marks. That was the issue last season, and in the 2 preseason games the Bolts have given up 60 points. The Saints have lost their 2 preseason games where their offense has only scored 23 points. QB Jameis Winston has not taken a snap in preseason, coming back from an ACL tear last season, and head coach Dennis Allen said he would be fine if his first action is in week 1, so do not expect to see the former number 1 overall pick to see any action. Our team pick is Los Angeles Chargers plus 3 points. And here is why. Coming into the season, the Saints over/under preseason win total is set at 8.5 by Bet365. Head coach Dennis Allen, who is replacing Sean Payton, has not seemed too worried about winning in the preseason thus far. New Orleans has dropped both of their preseason games on the road, falling to Texas 17-13 to open up and 20-10 to the Packers last week. After barely missing the playoffs in 2021, the Chargers have high expectations with an over/under win total set at 10.5 games. Throughout the first 2 preseason games, head coach Brandon Stanley has been cautious, and most of his starters have not seen the field. Neither team has seemed to care much about the preseason, so expecting either team to win by 4 points or more not something I would not be confident in. New Orleans is just 1-4 in their last 5 home games as a preseason favorite, and home field is the only reason I see them favored here, along with the fact that somebody has to. I will take the Chargers, who are getting 3 points to work with. Our total pick is over 36.5 points. And here is why. The Chargers have Herbert and stars on both sides of the ball, but the club has issues as the regular season draws near. The defense has given up 60 points in the 2 preseason games, the pass rush has not looked good, and the team gave up 2 special TDs in their last game, which was a 32-18 loss to the Dallas Cowboys. Herbert has not taken a preseason snap, and while he may see a little action against the Saints, look for Easton Stick and veteran Chase Daniel to get most of the reps under center. In their last preseason game, the Saints lost to the Green Bay Packers 20-10, which is their 5th straight preseason game where they failed to cover the spread. The team was shut out in the second half, and Ian Book played the whole game, going 16 for 28 for 113 yards with 1 TD and 1 INT, and he rushed for 49 yards. Winston is the starter and Andy Dalton will be the backup, but look for Book to get most of the action facing the Chargers, and he may need a great game to stay on the roster. He will be facing an LA defense that has had issues in the preseason, but he may not have many weapons. The top 2 players in the depth chart at the airbay and WR positions have not played, and that may not change in this game. The total for the last 6 games between these teams has gone over, and there is no need to deviate from that trend. The Chargers have had issues on D and on special teams in the preseason, and the Saints will run the ball early and often, facing a LA run D that may be the weakness of the team. Do not look for either week 1 starting QB to play in this game, and if they did, the Bolts would have the edge with Herbert. I think LA will rest more players with 2 close games in their first 2 of the season, and with both being division games. New Orleans will move the ball well and get their points facing a Chargers defense that has major issues. That will be the main reason this preseason game in the Big Easy will go over. Our prop bets are: first pick is New Orleans Saints over 10.5 points. The Chargers earned 6,634 total yards over the course of last season. Los Angeles recorded 256 first downs as an offense, and they were flagged for 116 penalties for 1,033 yards. Los Angeles compiled 38 touchdowns through the air and 18 rushing touchdowns. They turned the football over 22 different times, 15 interceptions and 7 fumbles lost. Offensively, they averaged 107.9 yards on the ground, ranking them 21st in the NFL. When talking about scoring points, the Los Angeles Chargers were sitting at 27.9 points per game. Second pick, Los Angeles Chargers over 10.5 points. The New Orleans Saints had an average of 304.5 yards per contest, which was good for 28th out of all teams in the NFL. They had an average of 117.1 rushing yards per game and toted the ball for 1,991 yards in total. The New Orleans offense compiled 811 yards of penalties on 98 violations, which had them ranked 21st in football in terms of helping out the opposition. They tossed 13 picks while letting opponents recover 5 fumbles, and they recorded 165 first downs. Last year, the Saints compiled 3,186 yards through the air in addition to an average of 187.4 passing yards per game, which had them ranked 32nd in the league. In relation to how much they scored, the Saints ranked 19th in the league, holding an average of 21.4 points per outing. Our player props are: first pick is Justin Herbert over 1.5 touchdowns. The Los Angeles Chargers finished the year with a 9-8 mark. In their last game of last season, the Chargers played the Raiders and took a loss by a score of 35-32. Austin Ekeler was the best rusher for the Chargers with 16 totes for 64 yards, 4.0 yards per attempt. Mike Williams held an average of 13.2 yards per catch by notching 119 yards on 9 receptions. Justin Herbert went 34-64 with 383 yards through the air and 3 touchdowns. He had a quarterback rate of 80.4 and ended the game with 1 pick. In the running game, the Chargers gave up 174 yards on 34 attempts, which is 5.1 yards per rush surrendered. Los Angeles relinquished 21 completions on 37 tries for a total of 172 yards and a completion percentage of 56.8%. In all, they tallied 88 plays, which gave them a total of 440 yards. The Los Angeles Chargers ran the football 21 times and had 85 yards, earning them an average of 4.0 yards per carry. Second pick is Alvin Kamara, over 3.5 yards per carry. Third pick is Tre'Quan Smith, over 15.2 yards per catch. Fourth pick is Trevor Siemian, over 0.5 touchdowns. The Saints finished the season with a 9-8 record. The last time they took the field last season, the Saints walked away with a victory by a final of 30-20 when they faced the Falcons. Alvin Kamara carried the rock 30 times for 146 yards, finishing the game with 4.9 yards per carry for New Orleans. Tre'Quan Smith was the best receiver for the Saints, snagging 5 throws for 76 yards, 15.2 yards per catch. Trevor Siemian, 2 touchdowns, ended the game with 71 yards on September 15th passing, while his QB rate was 111.4. He didn't throw any picks and his average yards per pass attempt was 4.73 yards. New Orleans surrendered 12 attempts on the ground for 62 yards, 5.2 yards per carry. The Saints' passing defense conceded a completion rate of 60.6%, surrendering 195 yards on 20 for 33 passing. The Saints finished the contest with a total of 369 yards while running 71 plays, 5.2 yards per play. New Orleans ran the football for 4.2 yards per attempt, totaling 195 yards on 46 attempts.